Hey, welcome to my channel Simple Data Science. So, today we are going to discuss one of the important topics nowadays. I must call it like talk of the town, and it is none other than openClaw. So we will go through each and everything about the openClaw, that how the openClaw is being developed, and what are the applications, how we can use. So basically it's just like a 24/7 personal assistant that does all the things as the AI agent. So I'm very excited. Let's go through it, each and everything. So what is openClaw? Is I have talked like I have already told you, like it's an AI assistant that lives on your machine. So it's open source and self-hosted. That is most important. That runs on your computer. So as far as the creation is concerned, it is created by Peter Steinberger in November 2025 last year. So first it will introduce like a cloud boat, and then it is malt boat, and then that is openClaw. So the most interesting thing is we got about 68,000 stars in a GitHub from just from 900 to one day. So in just days it's just like that in February. So that is pretty interesting. So unlike ChatGPT, it got the brain, it got its eyes and hands where it can see and act as. So that's the pretty difference between the ChatGPT and openClaw. So it can integrate to multiple WhatsApps, multiple application like WhatsApp, Telegram, and Slack and Discord. So this is MIT licensed. Okay, so this is a pretty story about that. You know how it is developed and how fast it is developed. That is the main thing we need to notice. So we discussed earlier that it is being created in 2025 November as a cloud boot, then it is being renamed as the mall boot in 27th of January, then 30th it converts into the openClaw. So it got 68k from 98k stars in a days, so that is pretty famous. So it is one of the fast growing and open source projects in history with a 68k plus, that is 68,000 stars. So what's the difference between the traditional AI and the openClaw? Uh, like um, like why it is we call it it has changed each and everything. So we will go to some features and how it is different from the chat gpt to the openClaw. So where it runs in your computer, whereas the chat gpt runs in a cloud, and that is can execute actions. No, because as you know, the ChatGPT, you need to, just need to have conversation with it. Never it goes to your browser and runs, and it will check your email or stuff like that. So the difference comes you can check it out. Browsing each and everything. So yes, it can. So it just it runs a code, browses web and each and everything. The privacy is just like data sends to a company server. We are just whenever we're communicating with the ChatGPT, we are just sending the data to the server. But you can the main interesting thing is that you can do in a local device on your machine. So the memory is just like a limited section, so we need some permanent memory for like openClaw. So what are the proactive? It's just like only response when we ask, just like a chat we are doing in with the chat GPT or any LLMs. So it is pretty different. Can wake up anytime, and it can act as anytime and just like that. So integration, as far as integration is limited to the web interfaces, but it is limited it is not limited. It's just like, up to now it's just like 50 platforms are being integrated with it, like a main one like a WhatsApp, Slack, and Telegram. So, what are customization? They have fixed features, but you can, add the features according to your skills. As far as the cost is concerned, $20 is, the subscription for API. But for openClaw, you can start with the free. Okay, so how can openClaw do so each and everything? So it got some pretty like how it got eyes, hands, and brain. So it got like file management, where you can read, where it has read, organize, and search in files on your computer. The second is there's a terminal and shell access, where you can execute scripts, just like a DevOps task and deploy a code. So it got a web browsing capability where control Chrome, and it can fill the script data and book appointments and each and everything, which whatever you want to use. So, furthermore, it have the email management system where you can integrate with your email. It can go through. It can mail, fix appointments, fix interviews. So it can use in a code and deployment. These are pretty much, common. I mean, applications are out there. So they need for debugging errors, review, pull requests, and a GitHub. So schedule tasks, as I have explained, the multi-platform chat, and persistent memory. So these are common applications. So how OpenClaw works? That is this is one is the most interesting. So the technical architecture is like it got a gateway, the central control plane, which runs in 24/7. There are channels which is got connected with the platforms like Telegram and WhatsApp. Mm. And additionally, it got agents, where workspaces, isolated AI personas that can handle different tasks. So the skills, modular capabilities you can add, just like you can add email to GitHub to smart home. So it depends upon where you are using. So it all depends. So additionally, we have it can use in the memory systems like a two-tier storage, and LLM backends use is a backend which we are using like the Cloud API or Open API DeepSeek, or if you can use in your local models as Olama. So it can be pretty interesting because all the models are you don't not need to I mean pick up with the cloud platforms. You can download the Olama on your device and you can integrate it. So the tools are like the browsing automations, and the heartbeat is like proactive monitoring, wake ups to the check, webhooks. So these are pretty interesting, some technical architecture, as well as you can integrate in a different applications according to your needs. So what are 50 plus supported channels that it can integrate? It's just like we have discussed these three ones, and iMessage, Signal, Google Sheets. So these are pretty 50 plus channels which it can support. Okay. And interestingly, that there's a real world use cases for such as what actually people are using it for nowadays. It's just like is an email assistant where you can reply and draft, and you can say write email, fix and schedule. So DevOps automations, it is used. Personal productivity such as manage the Apple Notes. A research assistant, you can browse the web, summarize articles. Smart home controls such as the Philips Hue lights. So health tracking, and these are pretty common applications. Content creation and job applications as well to fill the forms and track application. So how OpenClaw remembers you? So this is pretty interesting. So it got a daily logs like a file memory. For example, it can like append only log of the today's event. So it says the automating reach today. It can it can schedule your daily life, such as let's suppose it can say like at 2 p.m. it's ask what what I am doing. So both reads logs and answer it accordingly. And the long-term memory is just like a markdown files plus a JSON. So where they store the preferences and habits and relationship projects goals. For example, if say you are going to remember you drink your coffee at 9 a.m. and it can tells you like hate meetings before 10, so prefer Python or the JavaScript. So these are like long-term memories. It just like stores. So how to set up an openClaw? So it's pretty interesting. These are the six basic steps like install openClaw, run the onboarding wizard, and choose your the setup, that is the pick the messaging channel which you want to connect, and such as WhatsApp, Telegram, and select with like the LLM backends such as DeepSeek or local llama, and then connect with the channels, and just you need to have give the permissions and start the gateway with openclaw, and start a messaging with the, although it got bunch of steps, bunch of permissions it needs in order to run. So the heartbeat feature it have. So AI acts like without being asked, it will do your task. Was what is it? It's just like open clock and wake up on its own and based on your schedule, such as the hooks or the conditions which you have given it, such as it checks your email every 10 minutes and alerts you about it, and the monitor your the server health and wake you if the CPU hits 90%. So it's just like alarming setup, and it tracks pull requests. So these are like a basic database applications, so they're trying to tell you. So what are the extensive skills you can add the capabilities of the markdown files, such as example the skills the email .amd email write skills. When the user asks to check the email, just connect to the Gmail API and filter instead of messages from the last 4 hours. So it is the thing which I'm trying to tell you in this slide is just like you can extend the skills system according to your needs. Okay, so this is pretty interesting because people are much more afraid about the privacy and security. What are like advantages and risks to be considered? It's just like it runs on your machine, data can never leaves. That is the plus point, and requires a broad permissions. For example, when I was connecting, it needs a lot of permissions from your emails, email APIs, such as I was using a Gmail one, and it choose a local AI model that is if you are connecting with Llama for your offline use, that is pretty safe compared to prompt injection attacks possible. That is possible. Full of transparency, inspect all the code, so misconfigure setup. So, so these are common risks we need to consider, or these are advantages. So customized security, if hacker hacks, because this is the one people are nowadays pretty much afraid that if this hack it can control your whole system, because all the email, if you connect with a single device or single machine where all your work is going on, it can easily they can hack each and everything. So people are afraid, and a lot of people are saying you need to buy a different device in order to connect it. So it's depend upon you. What are the coast breakups, like we know it's a free coast. And for LLMs like Claude or OpenAI, it got started from $5 to $20 per month. And the number of tokens are like which is given. So and for DeepSeek, it's just like $1 to $5. And if you are using for the Llama, that is $0. It can run on you locally. So, what about the server and hosting? Depend upon that how much server which you are hosting or not. So last time my friend have connecting with a hostinger, so he have used it. So it can cost you pretty much, and people are using the VPS, the virtual personal servers that some people are, and it is pretty easy through the hostinger connect, and they got a different options for the openclaw as well. So this is pretty much each and everything. How about comparing the openclaw versus ChatGPT versus the Claude? These are the three the common ones which we need to focus on. So there's a quick questions where ChatGPT and Claude are faster than the open a browse than a messaging assistant. And for best choice, we can say like for automation, that is the openclaw is the best choice. And for privacy sensitive work, openclaw with the local models, because if you download it's all llama, which is discussed before. And no technical skills are needed in ChatGPT. For this one, you need to be go through, although it is not too much difficult, but you can go through each and every step in order to learn the openclaw, and you need to know how you are permitting it. So 24:7, the best choice could be the openclaw because it is a proactive heartbeat feature. For long-term memory, it's like openclaw would be the best. For team collaboration, ChatGPT or Claude. Better team features, easier sharing. Okay, so the real user testimonials are like, for developers saying like my Clawbot said I was the proxy to my root to my Copilot subscription as API endpoint. As engineer, for just like me, it's like managing the cloud code sessions. I can kick off anywhere autonomously and running tests on my apps. For content writing, got openclaw and set up with the AI assistant name is the Claudia, or the Telegram on Telegram, who can remember everything and can easily actually do stuff. So so whatever she wants as a content creator. So like they can like it's a tech lead. So these are examples with the people who are using. So these are testimonials. So common issues and solutions. So what are the challenges like so the common challenges are like the complex setup, which used to need some like onboarding a wizard, technical person where you can go through step by step. Security concerns are there, as I have talked before. Like people are saying, if you are giving all the permissions to the agent, if this is hot hake or there is a some misconfiguration, then it will make a big blunder. So that's why. And there's a high API cost. For example, if you are using um, you know for local one it is free, but for OpenAI for $20 or stuff like that, because the backend is related to the slow response, use faster models or run more a contest or monitor with the openclaw doctor. So that's a problem, like there could be slow responses some of as far as challenges are concerned. So additionally, there's like channel disconnects sometimes, and there's could be a disconnects between the like the check of the web hook configs and ensure the gateway is always running, so they need to be ensured. So what could be the future like for the openclaw? There is like foundation models like a better joining the OpenAI in 26 as far as the news are concerned. Projects moving to the open source foundation. So, agents ecosystem, like the Maltbots, this is social networks for the AI agent, which are already being, and Maltmage, he have just made like for AI agent dating. so so this is really interesting. And how about the personal operating system visions, all apps interface uh, into a unique experience. And multi-agent teams could be in a future. We can see the multiple specialized personas working together, such as the architects and developers and QA. So enterprise adaptation, there could be the hardware integration as well with the apps from the already it's just being integrated, but with the Mac OS and already exists as I have talked. So voice wake can be happen and the camera access is already that's being happen. And the end game could be the AI as a co-worker or a teammate. It's just like your friend who is sitting around, but you are not paying him, or it's like a employee who is working 24 to 7, but he's not charging him money. So what are the learning sources? They have got the official website and the GitHub repository where you can download the source code or issues you can go through or documentations related to. And Discord community is there. There's a YouTube tutorials, and do subscribe me because I just put a lot of videos about the new technologies. So these are the common the sources. So, what you are waiting for? Ready to build your AI assistant? The future is here. So, we are in already in 2026, and these are the key takeaways. It's open source, run on machine, 50 plus messaging platform that can connect with the channels. It has the eyes and hands where you can control browser files and permanently memory system. So this is a quite pretty good recap. So privacy first, your data stays on your machine, if you're using a local machine. And what could be the next step? Just like visit openClaw and join Discord and explore as I have tried my best. So if you got any question or anything else, you just I love to hear your feedback and your comments. So don't forget to like and subscribe for the more AI contents. Thank you so much.